Can you unmute and say?
Yes, absolutely, sir. You are audible.
Fine, fine. So this is the time when we all are, suffering from different kinds of, issues and challenges are, of course, very much. So I think I really thank Path Association for allowing me to speak, and my sincere gratitude to Path for this wonderful, vision. And also, I would like to congratulate hardworking achievers in the field of psychology. Life is full of challenges. So, are you really ready to face it or handle it? It's important. So, why I'm stressing these words, because I have seen a lot of, ups and downs in life. So, I always feel it's not a problem, it's only a challenge which we definitely can handle it. So life's goal, we do all have certain goals in our life, and we do not know somewhere or other we are reaching close to the goals, but sometimes we feel that we should quit. So please do not quit. We all have dreams and goals with us, and we need to manifest all these goals once we understand our limiting beliefs. And I request all, please do not ask question in between. If you have any queries, please ask at the end of the session. So let us begin. This is all the things I do have. So it's a big journey that I have started right from for the past 20 years. So I'll not take much of the time here, and I'll coming to the next. If we talk about lockdown has created both plus thing and minus thing as well. My plus is that we are becoming more accessible to digital media. We are connecting through people, connecting through digital sources, connecting to people. So in these difficult times, it's very important to stand united and help one each other to whatever that we have. That is what actually the purpose of conducting such kind of program. Negative things are also there. That lot of we see lot of things, negative things happening in our society, in our country, not only in our country, across the globe. So we are losing people. We are seeing people, crying, dying, and whatnot. So we, being into psychology stream, we need to know, we need to support people, we need to contact, help people who are in. So I request, be united, and please remember that some of the best initiatives are built in trying times. That is what my observation. And like all difficult situations, this also will go pass. It will also pass. Looking at the total economy breakdown during this lockdown, many companies are cutting costs by reducing manpower. Many business houses are in loss. We all need to strike a balance between physical and emotional needs. That is very much important. One second. Sorry. So let us begin our journey to understand what is blocking us to become successful in life. That is very much important. No matters what profession we are into, no matters what we are doing, whether we are doing any kind of services, we are into job, we are into business, no matters. So it's very important to understand what is stopping us. So what are these beliefs and how to get rid of negative belief patterns? And request you to listen me very carefully. Fine. And that's already all that I said. Looking at, we all ask this question with us, right? We all ask, I do not have time. So before that, I just request you to just do some kind of introspection and try to understand really such kind of questions are with us. I do not have time, or I'm old enough to do any kind of activity. I cannot because I'm not having enough money. I'm not good enough to, face public, or I'll be judged if I become, if I do something. People will judge me. I'm not as good as them. I have failed, or I cannot be successful. I can never do this, or I am an idiot. I do not look fair, or kind of this kind of questions we always carry in mind. So why such things happen with us? We'll come to this point. So if we talk about what are the limiting beliefs, I'll just give you a general limiting belief, general outlook on limiting belief, and what are the definition and some generic examples. Like self. If we talk about self-limiting belief, these are assumptions or perceptions that you have got about yourself and about the way the world works. These assumptions are self-limiting because in same way they are holding you back from achieving what you are capable of. Like as I said in the last slide, that we do have a lot of such kind of limitations in our mind. Like I'm too old, I don't have enough experience. Someone else has probably done this already. I don't have money. Not not I'm not smart or competent or as a good leader. These are just a few examples of self-limiting beliefs that can prevent you from achieving your goals in business or in life. There are plenty more such limiting beliefs out there, and you probably have a few of them. We all do, right? So limiting beliefs are a collection of opinions of ourselves and others that constrain us in some way. So the stronger the belief is, the more evidence we seem to find to support them, despite the fact that the vast majority of limiting beliefs are simply not correct. That is what my perception, and that is what really is. Such beliefs are formed unconsciously based on our life experiences and are most often misinterpretation of past events. We set these beliefs in our minds through repeated thoughts once we have decided that the opinions must be true. The challenge is that holding on to the limiting beliefs prevents us from taking action. If it belief, if we talk about belief, a belief is simply a feeling of certainty about what something means. The reason it can feel so certain is because it is a story we have been telling ourselves throughout our lives unconsciously. Looking for proof of its truth, we find plenty of proof because that is what we are looking for. And the more proof we find, the more certain we feel. So that is what we grow with such kind of mindset right from the beginning. We adopt those beliefs from our environment. We hold beliefs about all things, and they have a direct influence over what we achieve or not. When we have empowering beliefs, our achievements can feel almost effortless. If we have self limiting beliefs, then it can often feel like we are pushing a big rock up to a hilly road, right? This means we can either create more potential or more limitation depending on what the belief actually is. So that is about this. And now, if we talk about limiting beliefs, it's very easy to blame situations or other people when we don't reach our targets. That's what we behave like this. Have you ever wondered if it could be you holding yourself back from achieving success, or if you possibly limit your results because of what you believe? We hold beliefs about all things, and they have a direct influence over what we achieve or not. When we have empowering beliefs, our achievements can feel almost effortless. That's what thing is. So I'll show you a simple video clip. I hope it will speak about 10 such limiting beliefs which we carry in our life. Is that fine? If it is fine, please write in chat yes.
So we cannot hear anything at all. The video is playing on mute.
Is there any problem with the video?
So we cannot hear anything at all.
Oh my God. One second. Yeah, let me take it. There's something.
As entirely good or entirely bad. You also cannot label yourself as better or worse. It's not that cut and dry. Number 6. People will judge me. This fear holds so many people back from sharing themselves or trying to.
Is that fine now?
It's audible now.
Okay, one second. Let me take it back because it's sometimes create trouble.
Achieve a goal. They worry that people will judge them. They worry that people may say something negative or talk behind their back. While this fear is legitimate, and
1 second. Yeah, let me do some exercise. I think people should listen it from the beginning. 1 second. Okay.
needs to be tackled in order to move forward with all of your might. Take some time to ask yourself why the opinions of others makes a difference to you. Is there a way that you can reshape this influence and use it as fuel to move past the fear? In my past experience with
can I continue the one which is going on, and later I can just shift to start the beginning?
So can you just close the video and open it again? It should open from the beginning because I think
one
more
second.
than 6 minutes is lost.
1 second. Yeah.
With fear, the best cure to it seems to be any form of action. Number 7, if I'm vulnerable, I'll only get hurt. Setting goals for yourself requires some vulnerability. This limiting belief often keeps Our beliefs have a very powerful impact on our lives. They create opportunities.
Is it audible now? Is it audible now?
Yes, there is a audibility, but like as you said, you will start from the first. We are just waiting to see from. The
Yeah,
first.
yeah. I'm
That's
just starting from the first. Yeah, sure.
Impact on our lives. They create opportunities and they lead us through the Our beliefs have a very powerful impact on our lives. They create opportunities and they lead us through the journey that we call life. Unfortunately, not all the beliefs you have will move you in a positive direction. There are many limiting beliefs that can inhibit a person's progress. These beliefs offer a limited view of what that person can do and how far they can go in life. If you let these limiting beliefs control your path, you will have a very hard time getting to the destination that you want and seeing the success that you can achieve. In order to break through these limiting beliefs, you have to understand what they are. Ask yourself throughout this video, how many times have you let a limiting belief like these hold you back? In the Psychology of Beliefs course that I just recently finished creating, I talk a little bit further about how these beliefs are formed and how you can break them and create more positive beliefs that will aid rather than inhibit your journey. But for now, let's just identify these beliefs. Number 1, X is a bad person. People do good things and bad things, but it would be very foolish to write off a person simply as completely bad or completely good. Even bad decisions may have good intentions. The next time you catch yourself labeling someone as a bad person, take a step back. What could have caused their bad decision? How can you step in their shoes and see things that influence their decision? Also, don't forget that this limiting belief goes both ways. Labeling someone as a perfect person is very dangerous. Everyone is human and everyone makes bad decisions. If you expect one person to become perfect, you may be setting some unrealistic expectations either for yourself or for others. Number 2, they can't do something because they're something. Let's stick to the idea of labels. Labels, whether it be labels relating to race or sex or occupation, can be very limiting. They put people in boxes and place expectations on them. The cool thing is though that people have defied expectations and broken through labels all throughout history. So don't let yourself be the person who everyone has to prove is wrong. Number 3, I can't. You don't have to justify the doubts that you have for yourself or someone else. Just saying you don't have the ability to do something is limiting. This belief can stop you from moving any further, or especially trying. Instead of accepting this limiting belief, you may have to redefine the thing that you can't do. Before the Wright brothers, humans couldn't fly. But the Wright brothers redefined the definition of what it meant to fly, and now millions of people fly through the air every day. Number 4, it's not up to me, so it's not worth the effort. In the Psychology of Beliefs program, we talk about the theory of learned helplessness. In short, this theory says that when people believe a situation is out of their control, they just stop trying to change it. They feel helpless even when they aren't. This is a horrible limiting belief that billions of people have. Number 5, they are X more than me. There are some things we cannot control. We cannot change someone's height, the awards that they have won, or the promotions that they have received at work. But we can control how we look at other people, their successes, and their traits. Do you find yourself often comparing yourself to others? We all do, but this is a seriously limiting belief. Everyone is different. Some people are born with red hair, and some people are born with a different type of intelligence. But just like you cannot label someone as entirely good or entirely bad, you also cannot label yourself as better or worse. It's not that cut and dry. Number 6, people will judge me. This fear holds so many people back from sharing themselves or trying to achieve a goal. They worry that people will judge them. They worry that people may say something negative or talk behind their back. While this fear is legitimate, it needs to be tackled in order to move forward with all of your might. Take some time to ask yourself why the opinions of others makes a difference to you. Is there a way that you can reshape this influence and use it as fuel to move past the fear? In my past experience with fear, the best cure to it seems to be any form of action. Number 7, if I'm vulnerable, I'll only get hurt. Setting goals for yourself requires some vulnerability. This limiting belief often keeps us from getting close to another person or even falling in love. But in reality, this fear of getting hurt can affect our performance at work, following creative pursuits, or working towards other goals. Number 8. I don't deserve this. Not all limiting beliefs are built by fear. Guilt can also create a lot of limiting beliefs. You may feel guilty about moving forward in your life because you feel that you have not worked for the things that you want, or that someone else deserves it more than you. You may look at people who are less fortunate or more limited than you. This belief is closely tied to beliefs that are built out of comparing yourself to others. Everyone is given a different journey in life, and they are more than capable of moving through that journey themselves. How can you focus on your journey and your journey alone? Number 9, I should be doing X instead. Our culture has given us a list of priorities that we should have and an ideal roadmap for our future. Sometimes following your dreams requires breaking the mold and going against the things that society tells you to do. As you start to struggle, however, you might start to feel guilty for taking a different path. This will limit you because it creates stress and guilt that may inhibit your own progress. And lastly is number 10. I don't need this. Limiting beliefs don't always hold you back. Sometimes they keep you exactly where you are. You may look at growth as unnecessary, and you might not even think it. What would you do with that extra money or title anyways? You're not a greedy person. Well, this satisfaction may keep you content for a short period of time, but before long, you might find yourself with a different attitude. After all, us as humans are goal-pursuing machines. We need a goal, and we need one often. We find happiness in pursuing goals. Think about what you want beyond the things that you have right now. Even things that seem impossible can be achieved by erasing this simple limiting belief. As I end this video, I want to let you know if you want to check out the full psychology of
Right. So I hope you enjoyed this small video clip. So how did you feel about it? How did you, can you just share through your chat box, write your messages, how you felt about it? Oh, I could not see the messages. But anyway, this is what actually someone, Vijay Lakshmi. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Vijay Lakshmi, for this. But anyway, it's all right. I think you might have understood what kind of, limiting beliefs create troubles to us. So now let us understand how beliefs are formed. This is very important. This is very important, how beliefs are formed. So from a very early stage in childhood, we begin to form. Can anybody say that I'm audible or not?
Absolutely,
You're
you're
clear,
audible.
sir.
Fine. Yeah. So from a very early childhood, we begin to form beliefs about the world and our place in it. Our brains are very good at spotting, checking patterns, and making associations. So we constantly process the stream of information about the world around us and use it to form beliefs, right? So generally, the purpose of belief formation is to help us understand the world and stay secured, safe. So in those childhood time, these beliefs are usually based on our experiences and shaped by our parents or other dominant figures in our family. If if I hit someone, I get punished. That is what actually in the childhood we also used to listen from our parents. Do not hit anyone, otherwise you'll be punished. So hitting people must be bad. That's what we adopted from the environment, from the parental support. If I say please and thank you, I get rewarded. So being polite must be good. That is what we have learned from our childhood. As we get older, we start to form more complex beliefs and are able to draw on a much wider range of sources such as books, movies, TV, advertisement, the behavior of our persons, peers, and so on. So, nevertheless, the core belief that we formed as young children can be very much powerful. And even when we encounter new informations or explanations, we often jump to our old beliefs, right? For example, a young boy with hardworking parents who are often absent may form the belief I'm not good enough for them to want to be with me, right? Later, he may come to understand that his parents work hard for money, many reasons, including their love for him and desire to provide for him. But that early belief may be so deeply ingrained that he continues to hold on to you. And part of the reason for this is that we do not like being wrong. Once we have formed a belief, we tend to look for more evidence to support that belief and to discount contradictory evidence. This gives us a stable foundation for understanding a world that would otherwise be very confusing. But it also means that beliefs can be tough to get rid of, even when they are holding us back, right? So this is if the limiting beliefs are because of lack of action, and because of this, there is very poor results. So coming to next point, why some beliefs become self-limiting. It's very one second. Why some why some beliefs become self-limiting? So as we have just discovered, belief formation starts very early in childhood, and once beliefs are formed, they are quite resistant to change. We cannot change it very often, right? So that should go a long way to explaining, just to describing why many of our beliefs are limiting patterns that we observed as children and that helped us to navigate kindergarten or the school playground may not serve us the adult world. If you grow up in an abusive or neglectful environment, it should be pretty clear that you will have a lot of toxic beliefs about yourself. But even if you grew up in a loving home, you could end up with limiting beliefs. That is, both can happen. So parents who support you and jump into a defend you from every playground enemy can leave you with the belief that you are not capable of resolving your own issue or problems. So overpraising can lead us to believe that praise is trustworthy. Beliefs are not facts. They may or may not be true or helpful, but they still dictate the way we behave in life. If we believe that we are not good enough, we will not put ourselves forward for promotion, and seeing someone else get promoted ahead of us will then reinforce that same belief. So beliefs like that are self-limiting. They limit our horizons and hold us back from doing things that we want to do. Somebody has come to knock my door. Please give me some time. Another few. Varadraj, please take care of this. I think it will take half minute, right? Sorry, it was somebody came from outside to inform. But anyway,
It's okay, sir. Carry on.
yeah. So these are the bad impact of work from home, right? Uh, So I can give you some examples of self-limiting beliefs, right? So we already have spoken a lot about childhood. Now that we have got a fair idea of where beliefs comes from and how some of them can be limiting, let us fast forward to the adulthood and look at the real impact of self-limiting belief when it comes to achieving your goals. Particularly, see, just from the business perspective, if we talk about how it can help. See, beliefs lead to action, or in some cases, lack of action. We saw an example that at the end of the last section with the missed promotion. Let us look at some more self-limiting beliefs example that could be preventing you from the achieving career or business. Let's say now some of the limiting beliefs like I don't have enough experiences or qualification, right? This is quite common limiting belief. We often believe that we need a resume as long as war and peace before we can think about moving forward in our careers, right? There are particular situations in which this is a real issue. You cannot be a doctor without a medical degree, for example, but there are also plenty of situations in which it is a limiting belief based more on lack of confidence or feeling of inadequacy than on business reality. All of us start out with no experience. So if you cannot get your dreams job, whatever dream job, get a job that will get you a closer to it. If you need qualification, try to find a way to get them. In entrepreneurship, lack of experience is rarely a problem, except in the mind. To take a simple example, Facebook hero, inventor Mark Zuckerberg had no experience of running social networks or indeed of running anything much before founding Facebook. Look at just like successful entrepreneurs, and you will find people who only real qualifications were confidence and determination. Have you ever had a business idea only to give up on it because you thought someone else had probably already done it or could do it better? So such kind of thoughts comes and goes, and we because of the limiting beliefs, we always skip those thoughts and we do not do anything further. This is another limiting belief. There's always going to be competition out there, and some of our competitors will have more resources or will do certain things better than us. But we cannot still find our own competitive advantage. Another example, I'm too old or too young. Yeah, this one can go either way, which is a hint that it's probably not true. Some of us believe we are too old to start a business or pursue whatever goal we have got in mind. While others believe we're too young, the reality, of course, is that the age is no barrier except in the mind, right? So another example, I don't have the money. Lack of capital is, of course, a real barrier in the business world, but there are often ways to bootstrap a business without much money or to raise funding. Search in Google about learning guide about funding a business, or this business or this session is enough to empower one to starting a business with little to no money. So that's what. And then another example, I don't have the time. Like lack of money, lack of time can be a real problem, but it can also be overcome if if you are using it as an excuse for inaction on your business idea. It could be because it's a limiting belief for you. I'm taking another example. I don't have the motivation. See, entrepreneurs and other successful people sometimes seem like a different species. Don't you feel that? They seem to have so much more energy and motivation. The reality, though, is that they are people just like you. And most of the time, they have struggled to motivate themselves to continue, but they have not taken that lack of motivation on board as a permanent and defining characteristics of their lives. Now, the question is how to identify your limiting beliefs. There are 3 methods I have added here: blame-free analysis, Second is time travel. Third is put it together. So most limiting beliefs are subconscious. So it may take some work to uncover them. Here are some strategies you can use to discover your own self-limiting beliefs. First one is brain-free analysis. Many of us, set
Sir, I'm
goals.
sorry to interrupt, sir. Your video is not visible. It is showing the old screen only.
Sorry. Okay.
The video, you're saying that you have added something on the screen. We are not able to see it, sir.
Okay. Can I again screen share?
Yes, sir, please.
Why it is happening, I don't know. There are some technical heat glitches. Please enable me to screen share, to share screen.
1 second, sir. I'll just make it.
Yeah. Okay. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Am I audible?
You're audible, and I just request you to just make me a host so that because I can admit people.
I'll make you host, right?
Yeah.
I'll make you host.
ठीक है सर, ठीक है.
मैं कर लेता हूँ. एक second. 1 second. Yeah. I have made you host. Okay. Yes. Is that fine?
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
All right. Just I was talking about how to identify your limiting beliefs. So if we talk about these three methods, let us understand what is blame-free analysis. Okay. So many of us set goals or resolutions often around New Year, right? That's what actually almost we all. I'm also making resolution in the year, in the New Year all the time. So many of us, fail to continue the whatever resolution they make. So many of us fall short, often around February. Then we, beat ourselves up over our lack of willpower and start the cycle all over again next year. That's what actually we do. If that sounds like your experience, it could well be the limiting belief that has hold you back from achieving your goals. So lay the blame aside for now and try to analyze what went wrong. Here are some questions you can ask yourself. Please, if in case there are few questions. I think these are very crucial questions. I think you can jot it down, or I didn't put it on slide. But anyway, I'll share it with someone, Usharaniya. So these questions are very important to ask yourself. First is whether your goals were realistic. If so, why didn't you meet them? Was it due to external factors or your own behavior or a combination? Focusing on your own behavior, what could you have done different? Why didn't you do that at the time? And what outcomes were you most afraid of or worried about? What patterns can you observe at times when you have felt blocked or stalled? What is it that prevents you from taking action? And what stories do you tell to yourself? Continue asking questions like this, trying to tease out the deeper cause of your past behavior. You can also use similar questions if you are struggling right now with a project or goal that intimidates you, and make notes without any judgment or blame, as if you are analyzing the situation from the outside. This is a fact finding mission and nothing more. Also, try free writing. Like, I can't possibly do X because I can't possibly do X because when you start writing, where X is an important goal for you, write down all the reasons you know that come to the mind as quickly as you can without judging how valid they are. Some of them will probably sound ridiculous or crazy, but some, maybe even the crazy ones, will point to limiting beliefs. That is about blame-free analysis. Now, talking about time travel. As we discovered in the first section, many of our self-limiting beliefs are formed early in life. So the next step is to go back and make notes on your early experiences and belief information. At first, just describe your upbringing. What were your parents or guardians like? What were their values? What did they teach you about the world? And what did you learn from them about things like taking risk uh, versus being safe? What is possible in life and what is not? What you are capable of and what you are not? What about your wider environment like school, extended family, local community, and or religious institution? What did they teach you about yourself? What did you learn about your identity, nationality, gender, ethnicity, economic status, physical appearance, and how did that affect your sense of possibility? Were you ever told things like girls don't do X or people like us can never do Y? Did you feel confident or lacking in confidence? Or did you feel confident in some areas but not others? Which ones? What are those areas where you are not feeling comfortable or confident? You have to identify that. As you grew older, which of these early lessons did you react most strongly against? What did you learn about yourself that contradicted what you had been taught? Again, these are just some questions to get you started, but try to continue and ask as many as you can because we do have a lot of questions. We all can form questions ourselves, making notes of all the time, being guided by your own experiences. The idea is to get a clear picture of the environment you grow up in, how it shaped your belief formation. The last one is put it together. Once you have finished both the other two written at top, try to look for the patterns between the two sets of notes and find some causes and effects. What early beliefs might you still hold, and how could they explain some of the actions you are taking today? Could any of them be limiting beliefs that no longer serves you? Could they be responsible for the problems you identified in your blame-free analysis? As I mentioned, self-limiting beliefs can be hard to identify, so you may need more time. Use these questions to get you started, but the process may take longer, and consider seeking the help of therapist or counselor, especially if you had a difficult childhood and the time travel. part raises complex issues for you, this is not something you have got to do alone. And then we shall see another video. I think you will enjoy how our this video speaks of. We'll definitely take the feedback later on. Let me check with how, in case it should not, there should not be missing a pop audio. Can you please tell me, anyone? Can anyone tell me whether it is audible or not? Let me begin and then please.
Then create a deadline for your major goal and make a list of
So you're fixing it, sir?
Yeah. Is it just please check if the audio is perfect or not.
limits you accept.
पहले audio आया था sir? Right sir.
आया ना?
Yeah, अभी तो है, अभी तो.
Fine. Is Brian Tracy?
Hello, I'm Brian Tracy, and today I want to talk to you about a topic that ultimately marks the difference between those who achieve major success and those who don't. And it is called limiting thinking, or self-limited thinking. When you practice limited thinking, you paralyze yourself at the start line. You become so obsessed and distracted by making excuses and convincing yourself that you can't do something that you don't even give yourself the opportunity to try. This way of thinking is one of the biggest preventers of achieving your goals, and that's why I want to show you a few strategies that you can use to overcome your self-limiting beliefs. The first step in overcoming limiting beliefs is to identify your limiting step. One of the most valuable exercises you can engage in to accomplish any goal you can set for yourself is to ask yourself, what is my limiting step? What is the one factor that determines the speed at which I achieve my goal, or whether I achieve it at all? Once you've answered this question, you can move on to making a plan for how to accomplish your goals by eliminating this limiting factor. Your ability to identify your limiting step is one of the best demonstrations of your intelligence, and your capacity to eliminate this limiting step is one of the best demonstrations of your overall competence in achieving anything you want. The second step to overcoming limiting beliefs is to develop an unshakable self-confidence. To develop high levels of self-confidence, you must first understand the law of concentration. This law states that anything you dwell upon grows in your reality, or as they say, what you think about, you bring about. In other words, anything that you think about long enough and hard enough eventually becomes part of your mental processes, exerting its influence and power on your attitude and your behavior. If you constantly think of boldness and courage and self-assertion, you become progressively bolder and more courageous and more self-assertive. If you want self-confidence on the outside, you must practice complete integrity and self-confidence on the inside. One of my favorite quotes is, "You are not what you think you are, but what you think you are." Self-confidence allows you to move out of your comfort zone and take risks without any guarantees. When you develop in yourself this unshakable quality of self-confidence, everything else will be possible for you. The next strategy for overcoming limiting beliefs is to develop a clear plan of action that will allow you to move past obstacles and stay focused on moving towards your goals. The key to making a plan of action and setting goals is to not set goals that are enormous, at least at the beginning. Big goals do not motivate you, they actually destroy your motivation. So when setting goals, it's very important to make sure that they are definite and realistic and achievable and measurable. You also want to make sure that you have one major goal that you're constantly working towards. I want you to try this exercise that I've taught to millions of students all over the world. Take a piece of paper and write down 10 goals that you want to accomplish within 12 months. Then, look over this list and ask yourself, if I could wave a magic wand and accomplish just one of these goals in 24 hours, which one goal would have the greatest positive impact on my life? That one goal will become your definite purpose or your major goal. Then create a deadline for your major goal and make a list of all the things you need to do to achieve it. Finally, commit to working on that goal every single day by doing something from that list that will help you to get there faster. When you identify what it is that's holding you back, develop an unshakable self-confidence that you can do anything you want, and make a plan for exactly how to do it, you will be completely free of limited thinking, and you will be on your way to becoming unstoppable towards your personal, professional, and financial goals. Now, before we wrap up, I'd like to leave you with a thought to share with your friends and followers. There are no limits on what you can achieve with your life except for the limits you accept in your own mind. Now, I'd love to hear from you. So my question today is this: what motivational mantra have you used in the past to move beyond limited thinking? Leave a comment below and I'll be sure to follow up with you. Thanks for
Correct. Now, I think you people have enjoyed.
watching, and remember, if you want to
So that is what Brian Tracy has said. So I speak something about from my practices, my exercises. So if possible, take out a notebook and write down 7 beliefs that really have held you back. Right. So taking the first of your negative belief and find an example of a time when that belief may not have been true. Think about how this belief has held you back. Now, for some time, travel, delve back into your past, try to recall when you first started believing this thing about yourself. Write down a list of the benefits that you have gained from this self limiting belief. Visualize removing this limiting belief. Now, breathe deeply, open your eyes, write down in a statement that is the opposite of your self limiting belief, and say it loud. Now, go back to step 2 and repeat for the other self limiting beliefs on your list. These 3 to 7 beliefs, which is really stopping us to become successful, just exercise on that, practice on it. I'm sure that you will understand how we can help that. Now, coming to, as Brian Tracy has already shared, how to overcome your limiting beliefs. Once you have identified your limiting beliefs, however long that takes, of course, you want to overcome them. Again, this is not a simple task, but let us look at 6 techniques that can be helpful. First, understand their purpose. This may sound strange. There are limiting beliefs that are holding you back. So what purpose could they have? The point is that all beliefs have a purpose. And usually that purpose is somehow connected to keeping you safe or protecting you from pain or another negative outcome. In the case of limiting beliefs, this purpose may be misguided, but it does exist, and that is why it is so powerful. For example, you may be blocked from making progress by the belief that you should not do anything unless you can do it perfectly. This kind of perfectionism can be crippling, but at its root, it's probably aimed at protecting you from the pain or humiliation that you believe will result if you put less than perfect works out into the world. Second is question them. Once you have identified the purpose of your belief and where it came from, and start to question whether it is still valid or useful. In the perfectionism example, ask yourself what the outcome would be if you did let yourself launch a product or business that contained a tiny flaw. Is that worse than the outcomes of doing nothing? Overall, does your perfectionism lead to more positive or negative results? Go through this process with each of the limiting beliefs you identified, and even if you think you know the answers already, you might come up with something new. And the very process of overtly questioning your limiting beliefs can be helpful in reducing their power. Laugh at them. You know, this is really important when we laugh, because humor can be an amazingly effective unblocking tool. It is hard for something to have power over your whenever you are laughing at it. So try to make jokes out of your limiting beliefs. Take them to extremes and come up with absurd scenarios that make you laugh, or at least not take yourself and your beliefs so seriously. The next is formulate new beliefs. To break the power of your old beliefs, you also need to replace them with the new ones. You need to believe in something to make sense of the world and to give yourself a stable foundation for navigating. So, for each of the limiting beliefs you have identified, turn it around and formulate a new belief that is more in line with your values, that will support you in achieving your goals. For example, instead of I always have to do everything perfectly, you could say I'm okay with small imperfections as long as I'm doing what is important to me. Next is retain your beliefs. Although the brain tends to hold on to beliefs, right? It can also be retained. Beliefs are basically patterns that the brain has identified. So by feeding it new patterns, you can start to rewrite it. There are lots of techniques you can use here. You could try affirmation, writing or speaking your new beliefs repeatedly or at specific times every day. You could use a physical object like a stone you carry in your pocket as a constant reminder of a new intention. That is what in law of attraction techniques it is treated in law of attraction also. You could set up habits or rituals to support the new belief, such as deliberately putting the new belief into practice in a small way every day. Make a small intentional mistakes if you are battling perfectionism. For example, this is an example, and that get inspiration to sustain you in what will be a long and sometimes difficult process. Look for examples to follow. Find people in business or other areas of life who embody the beliefs you are trying to adopt for yourself. Once you have identified people to follow, read books by them, about them, find out how they achieved their success and what they had to overcome. Track down inspirational quotes, images, put them where you will regularly see them. There's a plenty of general inspiration stuff on the web, but what you are looking for is something specifically tailored to the limiting beliefs you are grappling with and the empowering beliefs you are trying to solidify. Then is the emotional freedom technique. We in being into psychology segment, we know about these two very important tools about EFT and NLP. EFT is a tapping tool. It's a very effective tool when we use it with affirmations. There are few meridian points, energy points we call it, in our body. If we tap few times with some certain affirmation, it releases the emotions very nicely. Similarly, the neuro-linguistic programming, there are many things available on the web, in the web, different internet site. You will get the detail, and also there are many such experts who are conducting a lot of webinars and exercises. You can join to understand what is all about the NLP. See, with the kind of activities, I always end this self-limiting belief with a good quote by James Cook. Do just once what others say you can't do, and you will never pay attention to their limitations again. This is what written by James Cook. I really love this quotation, so I always use this quotation whenever I conduct any session on self-limiting belief. Because we have covered a lot of ground in this tutorial, we started by looking at what self-limiting beliefs are and how they are formed. Then we looked at some common self-limiting belief examples and how they can affect you in a career or business in the world. After that, we got into the nitty-gritty of how to identify and overcome the limiting beliefs. We looked at some specific techniques and exercises you can use to help you get to the root of these beliefs and replace them with new, empowering beliefs. As I mentioned earlier, this will probably be a lengthy process. Beliefs take a long time to form and they cannot be changed overnight. But if you stick with it, work it consistently, you'll be able to make real, measurable progress and experience some powerful changes in your life. And thank you very much for this wonderful session. And over to Varadaraja and Usha Rani. Thank you very much to all of you for giving me this opportunity to speak. Thank you very much. I think my session ends here. Thank you very much.
It's really, wonderful to hear from you, sir. Actually, what we say is like the belief system, whatever we think is what we are, making ourselves, stop there itself. By this wonderful session, see what one thing is damn sure is the people whosoever present here, they will really, after this session, they'll go with the resolution and they'll, get that change done in their life and they'll come with a little good makeover, if I'm not wrong. So I request all the people whosoever is participating here, if you have any questions related to this topic, please do share so that, everybody will be ignited and they will learn more. And in the chat box, there is a lot of appreciation. Wonderful, sir. Thank you.
Very much.
Enlightened session by Dr. Praful. Very nice, sir. Thank you. That's what I shared just now. If anybody have any questions, please do share.
Or please share your feedback in what else you felt bad about me, so that I can improve more come out with more such beautiful topics, because I'm working on it. I know there are many such flaws from my end. I'm just trying to improvise that.
So everything is good from your side, sir. Only bad is from network, that we cannot help it.
Thank you.
Oh, sir.
Dr. Sujitra Kumar garu.
Yeah,
Sir,
please. Yeah.
It is a real.
Happen, sir. Khalil garu. మ్యూట్ అయిపోయిందండి.
Sir, can you at least tell your name so that I can understand?
Sir, this is
Mr.
Ram
Khalil.
Mohan here. Khalil is speaking, somebody is speaking, then I will stop for a while.
No,
Somehow
please.
he could not able to communicate, sir. You start, sir.
Okay. Sir, I apologize because of the net problem. I could not, except for the beginning and now I could not hear you. That is one thing. But anyway, as a layman, this thing, my couple of share of thoughts. A human being, ordinary common person, can we live without beliefs? Do away totally with beliefs and lead our life comfortably without believing anything? And whatever we find is true fact or whatever, go by that. Don't believe in anything. Is it possible? That is one thing, sir. The second one is that over a period of time, the lifespan is, at least 50 active years. From the time we become majors in life at the age of 18, 20, or I say mental maturity, that may come at different ages to different people, say 20, 25, whatever. We have 50 solid years to live the life, contribute something, do something. Over these 50 years or 60, 70 years, whatever, do certain old beliefs, we shed the beliefs and acquire new beliefs? Is it a continuous process that over a period of time, certain beliefs go and a new will come in? And linking to the first one, whether we can live without beliefs at all? Your take
Very
on
good
this.
question. Raman sir, it's a wonderful question that you have asked. If we talk about belief, we can't stay without belief, right? Belief is the part and parcel of our life. And because of belief, we do not know what belief we are carrying, but the kind of fear and the kind of all negative emotions that we carry because of belief. See, we cannot say that we do not have any kind of negative emotions in our life. We do carry a lot of emotions with us. So how do you justify that you do not have any negative emotions? And these emotions are the part of our belief system. Because we cannot say, see, I'm just giving you an example. Right from the childhood, we have observed, we have noticed that many of us have learned to say no, right? If any good opportunity comes, without understanding, without realizing the value of it, without understanding the great opportunity inside that, we immediately say no, yeah, no. Because that is what that is what the belief system we do have, because we have always been asked by our parents not to do, right? Not to do anything without understanding. But no is something which I have seen always has stopped or blocked our progress. So how many people in our life you will find immediately will say yes? How many? A handful of people, and they are successful people. So belief is the part and parcel of our life. We continue with the beliefs. That is very much important. Without belief, we cannot sustain. Right. Second question, can you just repeat then? I think, is that fine, or you want to ask more question on the first? Because it's a very wonderful question. I appreciate.
Yeah. You have brought in the emotions. To my understanding, certain beliefs may impact emotions, certain may not.
Yes.
Yeah, that is possible, no, sir?
Yes, 100%. See, emotions, if we talk about, it is love, it is anger, it is a kind of, the thing that we come across every now and then in our life. So we cannot sustain without those emotions. We become angry on small, petty things also, because that is what we have learned from the environment. And the second question, I think, can you just brief it so that
shedding certain old beliefs over a period of time and acquiring new beliefs.
Of course, that is what
So excuse me, before we go for this questionnaire, so if if it is done with the screen, can we shut down the screen and we can have a big screen of our interaction?
Very
Shares.
good, very good. Yeah. Right.
Thank
I think
you.
it's fine.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
I forgot.
Absolutely.
I forgot it. Yeah. So that is better for me also. Yeah. So if we talk about the belief at later stage, that is what actually is I term it as an empowering belief. That is possible. That is possible at an see. If you talk about the story of KFC, that guy was always in a failure mode. He never succeeded. At the age of 70, he became successful because of he changed. He changed his mindset, and he adopted the empowering belief and became successful.
Nice, sir. Sir, then one more share of thought is that every aspect, every tool, equipment, virtue is I put it in a short form DW, meaning double-edged weapon.
Sorry,
double-edged weapon. So also belief is also a double-edged weapon in the sense that we may be benefited by a belief, we may be harmed by the same belief also based on the context of the situation.
Very true. Very true.
This is one more thing I carry in mind, subject to validation and other things. Anyway.
That is
nice.
That is true. That is true. Really. It's both way it is important, and we gain and we lose because of the belief. That's true.
Yes, sir. There is basically I come across theists and atheists. People, those who believe in God and those who do not believe in God, who believe in God, who don't.
Oh yeah. Correct. So why a person behaves like this? We'll have to go deeper. The root cause of. Certainly, there are certain events that has happened during his childhood that has made to speak like this language.
Exactly.
Right? So we once we understand. Yeah, please.
But what I used to feel and share with the friends on all is that it makes no difference whether you are a theist or atheist. Life goes the same way to both the people.
Very true. Very true. Excellent.
Very, very broadly.
Excellently put up.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Over a period of time, I think over a longer period of time, say 10, 15 to 20 years, a theist may become atheist and also in the reverse.
Correct.
This is also possible. Okay, this is as you say, limiting beliefs and delimiting beliefs. Delimiting beliefs.
Yeah.
And this is a delimiting subject. One has to, ultimately evolve himself by these things with both internal and external help and evolve himself. So thank you, sir. Nice of you.
All right. Thank you. Actually, you are right. So why I have chosen this topic? This is really a matter of concern for me because I was also a struggler. I was struggling. And while during struggle, I used to feel what are the factors why I'm not able to open up before people, why I'm not whatever business I'm thinking, I'm not successful in that. So a lot of things made me to work on those areas where actually still I'm working. And this topic is quite close to my heart, and I always feel grateful to the people who have asked me to speak on this topic, and really that's great. And I have transformed myself. I have transformed myself using all these techniques, and I feel EFT, NLP, these are wonderful tools, and even transactional analysis, which I am going. Usha Rani, whenever she will ask me to, I'll perform some session on transaction analysis. And my mentor, Dr. Radhakrishnan from Bangalore, I will also ask him to conduct one session because he was executive regional coordinator for International Transactional Analysis Association of Eric Bernays ITA. they're in US, right? So he is now in India. We definitely will be listening to him someday if we get an opportunity. Because I have many people with us across India who trust me, and we are also working together. Thank you very much. And if any further questions are there, I'm there.
Thank you, sir.
Right, sir. I just wanted to, just add what you were sharing just now. Directly, indirectly, everybody are, limiting themselves because of this belief system. It's not like you or it's not like Ram Mohan sir. I'm just, adding it. Everybody, why we are stopping ourselves, to reach what we fixed or we, have our goals in our life as like sometimes hari ye kare to kya hoga. See, if I go and do something, maybe what people think like maybe like I may not be accepted. I may not be right, though you're right, though you have structure, though you have planned, though you're having everything, but there is somewhere our belief system is really holding us back and making us a little bit confused. अरे ये करने से क्या होगा?
हाँ, मैं आपको एक छोटा सा इंसिडेंस दे रहा हूँ मेरी डॉटर के साथ. माय डॉटर वाज डूइंग हर सीए का व्हाट यू कोचिंग फ्रॉम चेन्नई. उसकी जो रूम पार्टनर थी, शी वाज फ्रॉम आई थिंक शी वाज आल्सो फ्रॉम चेन्नई, सम डिफरेंट पार्ट ऑफ तमिलनाडु. एंड होता क्या था कि शी इज नॉट फेयर. तो उसके दिमाग में एक ही चीज रहता था कि मैं फेयर नहीं हूँ तो पीपल विल रिजेक्ट मी, राइट? वेरी sensitive thing. One day my daughter told me, Papa, she is feeling like this and all the time, whereas I'm always accepting her and doing every kind of support to her. But she has a kind of, negative thoughts. So I just, because even I approach, so she will become angry, right? तो मैंने क्या बोला उनको कि मैं बोला बेटा देखो लाइफ में ऊपर वाले ने हमको कैसा दिया है वैसे ही हम है. बट इसका ये मतलब नहीं है, इंटेलिजेंस भी तो दिया है. आई थिंक यू आर मोर इंटेलिजेंट माई डॉटर. यू आर स्कोरिंग 90% ऑल थ्रू योर लाइफ. माई डॉटर स्कोर्ड ओनली 80%. तो मैटर करता है ना, कलर मैटर नहीं करता है. ये हमारा सोच है. ये एनवायरनमेंट ने हमको ऐसा, द पीपल हैव मेड अस टू बिलीव दैट यस आई एम नॉट फेयर, सो पीपल विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट. So there are lot of people, successful people. यानी ये लोग बहुत अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं, बट उनको थोड़ा सा पुशअप करने की जरूरत है, थोड़ा सा सपोर्ट करने की जरूरत है. वी नीड टू सपोर्ट देम. वी नीड टू टेल देम यार, वी नो यू हैव क्वालिटी, ट्राई टू एक्सप्लोर दोज क्वालिटीज irrespective of the things that we cannot improve, we cannot change our color, we cannot do anything to our जो कि गॉड गिफ्टेड है तो उसको हमको एक्सेप्ट करना ही पड़ेगा, राइट? दैट्स व्हाट आई and she becomes so happy, and really she's I think she has become chartered accountant by this time. Yeah, very true.
Right, sir. Well said,
And
sir.
few lines from me, sir. We carry belief.
Some Karina is asking some question. Can you please ask Karina to before that? Bharat. Yeah, Karina.
Yeah.
She's not able to unmute. Any problem is there with
Sure,
Karina?
Yeah, sir. Actually,
you can
see,
help.
she says thank you. She really thanked you for this informative session. And secondly, there is a question from her end saying that when somehow challenges, like when they get an opportunity to do some or take some risk in their life, still there are sometimes we can, what is that, one second sir, I'll just read. Like I had
Yeah,
one
please.
question to ask individual who are aware of their limiting beliefs but are somehow not able to challenge it when they get an opportunity to take some risk in their life. So what to do at such times?
Karina, I already have shared all the things in the system. If you have seen it very seriously, you could have seen what I have told. But do one thing, take a paper, write down your limiting beliefs, because we can identify what are the barriers of our future. Whatever is not helping us to reach our success, what is the dream goals and whatever. So write those things and just analyze and make an analysis of maybe, do not write too much, otherwise you will be in trouble. 3 to 7 is quite, optimum, and work on it and just see a lot of, you'll get details, do analysis, and you find how to, overcome those things by, I need to share something, or definitely do one thing. You get, you just keep on attending such programs. We'll be coming out with a lot of activities here also, because that is the only solution I think you can better get through these webinars. Webinars are always eye-opening. Webinars are always giving, a general idea of what we can do and what we can't. So that is what my feeling is. Do keep on attending such programs where you will definitely get a lot of idea. My simple suggestion is, we all do have flaws. We do have a lot of, what you call limiting beliefs. We also know what are those limiting beliefs. We have to definitely, work on those belief system and replace them with the empowering beliefs. If we know the limiting belief, we also know what are the empowering beliefs, right? Yeah.
So over to Varaprasad sir, we'll just conclude. Varaprasad sir?
A note, sir. Yeah. Finally, you said some beliefs can be carried and some beliefs cannot be. So, few lines from me. We carry belief till the end of our life. It really provides great relief. Of course, sometimes we may get into trouble, not because of belief. It's because of wrong perception and interpretation.
Is it a question or something?
No, sir. Beliefs normally required for us, but when we understand differently, the interpretation is wrong, then we'll be into trouble.
Very true. Very true. Another question has come to very funny question, as we cannot compare our mind with thermostat. Extremely sorry. See, thermostat is a machine run. Mind is not machine run. It is you who is running your mind.
That's what Ramohan sir said, sir. It is double-edged.
Double-edged. Correct.
So when perception is right, it is right.
Perception is right.
When it is
then
wrong,
it is
it's
right.
wrong.
Correct. So see, my simple thought is, carrying limiting belief is not bad. That is also sometimes good. But how you are taking it, whether it is helping you to reach your goal or not, you have to figure out. It is you who will work on it. Even your parents, your brothers, sisters, they cannot help on it, because it is you who has a dream. They have different dreams. You have to figure out, you have to work on it and check what belief system is helping you and what belief system is not helping you. That is up to you. You make an analysis of all those and then come out with a solution, because it is not me and you alone. We all are, undergoing such kind of challenges in our life. That is for sure.
Sir, I have one more point to share. Ramohan again. There are three things which is very difficult to deal with. We need to be very, very careful. I call them BBD. There is one BBD bug in Kolkata. There is a different thing. My BBD stands for belief, which was your topic, bias, 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 and doubt. Once a doubt creeps in, if we allow it to be in the suspense stage, the more the period of suspension, more the harm to us. We have to steer clear of the doubt at the earliest point of time. Bias, we are all with, but at least our endeavor should be to reduce the bias to as minimum as possible. Belief, anyway, we have dealt it, and you are mainly focusing on these limiting beliefs. And at times, because of the belief only, certain, undoable things also, because of the strength of the belief, we may be able to achieve it. So the other side of the limiting belief, that's what I was telling, the delimiting, or what you call, whatever doubts, whatever we were apprehensive we were having to accomplish a task, just because of the belief system that I can do it, though we don't have that capacity to do it, somehow we muster strength and do that and achieve that. So this I wanted to share, sir. Thank you.
Correct. So while I was studying, I have done a course on PA 101. So all these questions which is coming, out of all what do you call from the mind, from different people, are all relating to our childhood. Parent, adult, and child TSC model. We call it in transaction analysis. Adult is always fine. They always use their intellectual to speak, and they are speaking on their conscious level. If we talk about parent, what we have learned from them, we know that parents are always controlling, commanding, right? They have always commanded us. And the message we have received from their communication is that this is the way you have to lead your life. And another parent is nurturing parent, where we have learned love is also there, but we need to be very much serious how to take how to reciprocate that. These two are there, and then child is always a free child. Children are always free. They are enjoying life like anything. But when the contamination comes in their life for poor parenting, it may definitely create a lot of troubles in later stage of life. And if we talk about contamination, because the child is always following parents, because they are the people whom they spend their most of the time, and the teachers, neighbors, peers. And what happens, they just make an idea how the life is all about. Basis, they decide, yeah, this is good and this is bad. Bad is not bad, but we are adapted. We have adapted all the things from our childhood. And it's such a nice topic when we talk about adopted child. The child is, listening to parents, listening to people, listening to friends, but they do not have even enough words to pick out, right? And that is what they always have, some kind of emotions in them that वो बोलना चाहते हैं लेकिन बोल नहीं पाते, right? And second is the free child. क्या फर्क पड़ता है यार, आप करो या ना करो? You see, most of in the Punjabi, कोई पंजाबी है क्या हमारे सेशन में? See, in Punjabi family में क्या होता है, बच्चे को छोड़ दिया जाता है. You do whatever you like, I'll support you. बच्चा गलत करता तो भी उसको सपोर्ट ये समझाया जाता है कि ठीक है तू कर जैसा भी करेगा, मैं तेरे को सपोर्ट करूंगा. But we're serious intellectuals, तो हमको लगता है कि कोई हमारे ईगो को ठेस पहुंचाएगा, that is not at all tolerable. We do not accept that. मेरे ईगो को ठेस पहुंचाएगा, if somebody, and we always are very much character conscious. We always feel that no one should say anything bad for us, but Punjabi guys वैसा नहीं करते. So बच्चे कुछ भी करते हैं, but they are mostly into the business segment. You'll find they are doing great works. I don't know अभी का scenario कैसा है, I don't know, but yeah, but that is what actually we all adopt things from our childhood. That is what the reality is. So it is good, or sometimes it may be bad.
Sir, there is another question, by Geeta Verma. See, it was clearly explained in your presentation, but just to see, as she was requesting to ask, I'm just representing her question now. When the external reasons limits your beliefs, how do you tackle them? So she just wanted some tips on it.
Yeah, it's a very good question because I have covered that into the session only. But beliefs, you'll have to list those beliefs and you have to work, do the homework. You have to analyze, make an analysis of what belief is helping you because all the beliefs are not bad. Some beliefs are helping you out also, and some beliefs which is not helping you and creating troubles in your life. Just take all those, step by step strategies that I have shared with you, and check whether it is working for you or not. Because everything, if specifically if you can any specific problem, then at least I can and Geeta, if you can.
She did not specify the, that
it will be much more better because otherwise. Geeta, if you are open, can you speak?
Yes, I can speak, Doctor. Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening to all.
So, I had a very specific, I know you have already taken this external belief and limiting belief, but what happens is many a times you have a certain belief about your own self, your capability, your abilities, potential, etc. However, when you are not given the external support, then you begin to believe a different belief that you may not be capable. So how do you tackle this controversy that you create for your own self?
What is this, that external belief that you are talking about? If possible, specifically give an example so that I think other people also can enjoy that. Any small.
See, I believe my internal belief is that I have a lot of potential to do a lot of things.
Right.
Okay. However, there are no external support that I am getting.
Can you just can you clarify external support, like?
For example, not getting the opportunity despite reaching out people, despite discussing and trying to promote my own self, because I know I have the potential, I have the belief. Now, whatever efforts I'm doing, I'm not getting the desired results. So how do I tackle this? Because what happens is that it can actually push you back and make you believe something which perhaps is not very positive about your own self.
Right. Correct. Very true. Very nice question. I think we need to understand see. Your beliefs. What are those limiting beliefs that is disturbing? And you have to take all these beliefs individually, and do not think that it will work overnight. You won't get result overnight, but it has to be individually. Each limiting belief has to be taken once, figure out. And you are my close friend and staying close to me. You can definitely call me anytime with those beliefs if you need any kind of support. Please note down my number also. At specific time, I'm available to work for those beliefs. Usha, you please share my number to people so that they can at least WhatsApp me if I'm not available on online. So I may be busy somewhere, but at least my WhatsApp number is there. You can share with them. I'll definitely respond to that. Right.
Sure, sir. And secondly, with your permission, we are actually also planning, on next webinar for those people. I mean, for the questions, because of the net or whatever it is, like there were a lot of people were, texting me because of a net problem. We couldn't connect something like that. So surely we'll have, another session with you so that everybody will have a clear their own belief system where they learn what exactly their own self.
Sure. Definitely.
Oh, with again positive note, I just take the session. I mean,
the same session.
Of thanks and
the same session you want.
सेम सेशन का मतलब सर एक्चुअली बिलीफ सिस्टम सर सी बेसिकली सब लोग हम जो भी है सो विल लेट यू नो सर विल जस्ट यू नो आई विल बी इन टच विथ यू एंड आई विल यू नो
हाँ उसमें कुछ बिजनेसमैन को भी डालिए क्योंकि इन लोग सी स्टार्टअप व्हाई दे आर फेलिंग बिकॉज ऑफ बिलीफ
सर दैट विल टॉक
प्लीज अनम्यूट योरसेल्फ Prisha I think you are muted.
So that's what after this session, like see, let me plan out and figure out how many people really interested, and we'll come up with all those planning and I'll let you know because you are the one who is going to speak and guide us. So I'll just get back to you.
Thank you very much.
Sir, yeah, sir. Yeah, sir. Yeah, sir.
Yeah.
Sir. So with all positive note, I'll just okay. Geeta says like, yes, I will talk to you soon. Thank you, sir. Yes, yeah. That's what Geeta. Thank you for all your participation. It's not only Geeta. Everybody needs somewhere, that push. So let this path take that push for all of us and, move ahead with all those things. And once again, I take this opportunity. Varaprasad sir, like I'm just closing. Right, sir?
Okay, madam. Definitely.
So once again, with a positive note, I thank you, sir, because sharing your knowledge on this path and making
positive belief.
Yeah, positive belief system. We are connected together.
One thing. What I say, with the positive belief, we are going to end this session with the belief that again it will happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. Good.
Thank you all. And good night.
Thank you very much.
Let us all have a happy and lovely, sleep. Let's continue this positivity for the next time like we meet. I want you all to again, as sir said, let's charge ourselves with a simple smile in our life because that is what really important. And this webinar is really making our lives very easy. See, somewhere sir is in Mumbai and we all are sitting here. My friends have joined, but there was a little bit of internet connection. There are some people joining and they're, disconnected because of their net and internet. But once again, I thank all participants and the great speaker of the day, sharing our knowledge and lovely people, all very lovely audience there. Thank you all. Good night.